Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the importance of website layout. So, what matters with your website layout? You need to be able to control your own website. That means you should be able to make changes to your pictures, write your blurbs, add blogs, and so on. So a lot of people that I've talked to do not do this. So if you are running the dojo, whether you're the chief instructor or the studio owner, you need to be able to have control of your own website. Make sure to contact your website host, whoever that may be, to update anything you can't. For instance, things like videos. My website host does not allow me to do that, and I wouldn't want to do that because I don't know how. So that's above my pay grade. So they need to be able to do that for you and make changes that you need accordingly. Websites should be updated at least once a month. Stale websites get less hits. So I went around and looked at some people's websites. It's October. I saw websites that said things like back to school special. That was September or / August. I saw things that said 2 for 1 for Valentine's Day. These are the reasons why you guys aren't getting more hits. People don't like stale websites. So we're going to teach you guys how to update your websites all the time. Change the pictures, your monthly specials, and constantly update your homepage since that gets the most views. Analytics have proven that homepages get 3 to 1 over any other page. You also have to manage your pages. Once I teach analytics next week, that's our future lesson, make sure the pages that are viewed the most at your studio are arranged in that order because you want ease of access. So next week, after we go through analytics, I'm going to show people how to do that. It's very simple, literally takes a couple of seconds. And every area will be different. So remember, we want for United Studios is we want to have a cohesive look to our website. And I think that's what United Studios is going to be doing down the road. When somebody clicks on our website, whether it's corporate or individual, we want them to say that's a United Studios website. But we also want to individualize our websites to fit our area and our personalities. On that note, your website is a reflection of you. A business owner / chief instructor needs to have control of their own site so that you can personalize your website. So everybody's different. If you live near the coast, maybe your website's going to have more pictures of the nearest beach because you do tests there. If you live in the city, maybe you're going to put landmarks on your website, a few here and there, so that people know how to find you. Okay, so that is really important, guys. When somebody walks into a dojo and they see you, they're sizing you up. They are looking. Have they combed their hair? Do they look like they've showered? Is their beard down to their belly button? It matters. Women especially look at this kind of stuff. So whether you're a female or a male chief instructor, they're going to see, is your gi pressed? All this kind of stuff does matter to people. So your website is a reflection of that. If it's too cluttered, if it's messy, if it's not easy to reach out to you, people won't. So if you're not getting hits every month on your website, there's a problem with the website, okay? My next slide is an example of the views that I've had for the first 17 days. So today's the 17th. And what I did is this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, I went on my website and this is a touch on analytics. So this tells me kind of how I'm doing for the month. 194 people have viewed my website this month. 173 were new visitors. 160 of those people went right to the homepage. Okay, so most times when people click on your links through Facebook, Google, whatever, or they just search for, say, USSD Belmont, it gets sent to the homepage. Okay, so that's why the 3 to 1 marker is important. Every once in a while, if you do a blog or something, maybe some of the keywords in the blog, shoot them to your monthly special page or whatever. So that's why not all 194 went directly to your homepage. As you can see, 70 people went to my schedule page, 40 to my instructors page, 28 to my getting started page, 25 to my monthly specials page. 4 people contacted me this month. 2 of them I got signups for. So my website costs me $99 a month. So, and I got 2 so far, and we're only halfway through the month. So that's pretty good. I get an average of 8 to 10 people that reach out to me, and I average about 5 signups a month from the website alone. The homepage. So here's where I'm going to start switching back and forth. Your homepage is the first thing a potential customer sees. It's a good idea to have the picture of the outside of your studio on your homepage, because if they're driving down the street or they walked or driven past your studio before, you want them to go, I've seen that place, okay? You don't need to be on the homepage. Nobody cares about you yet, okay? You want them to identify your location. Keep the blurb on your homepage short. We don't need to know how many years you've been teaching. We don't need to know how many instructors you have. What we need to know is how they can find you, or if there is, send them somewhere. Send them to your monthly special page. This month is the holiday specials. Go check out my page. It's back to school. It's a busy time of the year for everybody. Contact us to get your first lesson started. Keep it short. Have an accessible call button at the top of your homepage and actually on every page. And always have a way for potential students to contact you at the bottom of every page. So we're going to go to my webpage right now. And you guys are going to see that this is the opening of my webpage. Now, right here is where, if you were looking at my actual homepage, not the digital command center version, there is a big red button that has my phone number. If I go over to this part of my website, you're going to see the mobile view, and here's that big red button. So right now you're not seeing that on my command center page because it doesn't show up in what they call the AI editor. Okay, so now before I confuse people, I do use MoPro. They charge me $99 a month. I am not a MoPro representative. I know that I have told about maybe 12 instructors or so about MoPro. So this is the platform that I use because it's simple. I call it the Apple of websites. I've had about a half a dozen website hosters. This is the easiest one that I have come across. Maybe you guys have something easier. I'm happy for you. I'm glad it works. But I'm going to be showing you guys my platform today just because I understand it. So I am hoping I'm not confusing everybody. For you people that have MoPro, go into your AI editor, which is your login for your site. You guys should be able to see what I'm seeing, and we can change things accordingly if you want. Okay, so this is my homepage. At the top of my homepage, you're going to see I have all these tabs. Now, these 5 tabs, home, schedule, getting started, instructors, and monthly special, I have in this order on purpose because every single month at the first of the month, I go to my analytics page and I see what people have looked at the most. And I manage those pages in that order. Okay, so last month, these were the top 5 pages that people looked at. So I actually had to change things around because last month, schedule was at number 2, instructors was number 2. So I go to the page every month and see what people are looking at and adjust accordingly. All you have to do is click on one of these, drag it up or drag it down, and you're done. I care about the first 5 pages. After that, about, advantages, program, those can go in any other order. Some people don't even have that many pages, okay? But the first 5 pages are what you really have to concern yourself about. For this month, United Studios of Self-Defense Belmont is advertising Halloween safety tips. Obviously, there's a reason for that, okay? So I made it really simple. Guys can go on here. If I click on this, I can change it. So every month, I click on this, I go in here, I say happy holidays, happy Mother's Day, whatever. It does not mean I have a special this month. All it means is that this is what I'm trying to portray to everybody for this month. What I like about this particular website is it allows me to go in there and change it. Like I said, here is the front of my dojo. I make it simple. If I ever want to change this picture, I click on this. My library comes up, and let's just say for right now, I want to change it to my lobby, which I'm not going to do, but that's how easy it is. Once the picture was in there, I put the picture back in there, and it's done. So if I want to go back to putting this picture in here, I just click on it, change image, and I change it, okay? Up here, you're going to see something that says publish changes. So I didn't really have to switch it back because I didn't click on publish changes, but I wanted to show you how it works. Once I click on publish changes, it's permanent now. And then if I want to change it later, I just go back and do that. So don't forget, if you have this platform, you always have to go to the top and hit publish changes. If I scroll down, you're going to see some basic pictures. This gives people a few views of different things. I can change these. A couple of people in my area that gave me good reviews. These reviews reflect Yelp, Facebook, whatever. I like to change those out every once in a while, so I do. Halloween's here. I have a Halloween pumpkin on there, and they are able to reach out to me. Now, I went to a couple of your websites, and I noticed that some of you guys have the never-ending homepage. In other words, you can click on the top here, say for schedule, and it's still attached to your homepage. It just gets you there faster. I would not suggest you do it that way. Clutters your homepage. It's too long, and people are going to have to scroll forever to get to the bottom of your web page to reach out to you. So break your web pages up into pages. At the bottom of every page, people should be able to reach out to you. Okay? So keep it simple. Keep it simple. The schedule page. Your schedule page should be simple to read. Explain ages and ranks for each class listed. This is a great place to showcase the inside of your dojo, another landmark. It's good to mention landmarks nearby to make it easier for people to find you. So I always tell people I'm in the Carmont Shopping Center next to Jamba Juice. So they may not know United Studios of Self-Defense, but everybody knows Jamba Juice. So if you've got a landmark next to your school, this is a good place to put it so people can go, I know where that is, and they can find you. When I first started my website, I asked everybody that walked into the door for the first 6 months, can you please tell me what you liked about our website, and can you please tell me what you didn't? They all liked that it was easy access. What they didn't like was my schedule page. They said the schedule page was very confusing, and that's why they had to call me and figure out what class they were in. So I had to fix this. So what I did is, for my schedule page, I put my hours of information. Here's the inside of my dojo. I tend to change that picture every once in a while. Maybe this is where you might see my lobby picture or whatever. I explain a little bit about the schedule. The wording's there. I did this all myself. For anybody that saw my schedule presentation, this is the schedule that is for 125 students and up. So if you guys want to copy and paste my words into your website, go ahead. For any of you that are using MoPro, you can actually take any of my wording and use it for yourself. Be my guest. I don't care. You don't like my wording? Change it. Okay? Down here, I put down the days and times of my classes. So you can see that my schedule is a heavy schedule. But I have 200 students, so I have to have more classes to make my classes smaller. Otherwise, I'd have 50 people in my classes, and I don't want that. At the bottom of my schedule, you're going to see that in red, I have all the ages and ranks for those classes. Ever since I changed this to look like this, everybody has liked it. I have had 0 complaints. And I have to give kudos to my instructor, Sensei Advait in Danville. He's the one who changed the Danville website to look like this, and then I stole his idea. Okay? So this was really nice. It's really clean. It's really easy to understand, even if you're not a martial artist and you haven't taken classes at my school yet. Okay? All right, so let's go back to the PowerPoint presentation. Getting started. This is the quickest way for most people to reach out to you. Yes, at the bottom of every one of my pages, I have a way to reach out to me. But if they want to go, how do I get started? They click on this page. There shouldn't be a lot of reading on this page. It goes right to the complimentary lesson part where they fill it out and they reach out to me. Okay, so there's basically nothing on this page. So if you notice at the bottom of my schedule page, once again, you can reach out to me. But if they want to go right to getting started, it's right there. That's it. Now, I give a complimentary evaluation class to everybody. Some people do not do this. So if you don't do this, or you have another way of getting people into your dojo, change accordingly. Okay? Some people give a free week. Some people don't give free anything. And I'm going to tell you right now, I used the word free once for the evaluation class. A lot of times, some people like to use complimentary lesson. I change the words around. Usually I say complimentary. I find that I get more hits when I use the word complimentary compared to free. This month I put it back to free because I'm doing another comparison. So usually you see free nothing on my website, but I did this on purpose. It's very easy to change. If I went into here and put complimentary down, I just go here and publish changes and I'm done. That's it. Okay. But I like to play with wording because I'm one of these people that like to see what works and what doesn't. Okay. So I did that on purpose just for this presentation and for the month. All right. PowerPoint. Instructors page. Make sure you keep the blurb about your instructors short. Years of experiencing teaching Kempo and your rank is all that is required on this page. Update the instructor pictures every once in a while. It keeps the website fresh and keeps people coming back. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, my instructors page is not up to date. I'm going to be doing a picture day soon. A couple of my instructors went off to college and I need some new headshots of people. So if you guys have a picture day coming up, have the picture guy or girl take a nice headshot of you guys and you can use that on your page. When you go to my page, you're going to also see that on my instructors page, I don't just like to use headshots. I like to take pictures with the kids and I like to put those pictures in. Now, unfortunately, I can change this. Okay. Actually, now, no, I can't. They have to do this. MoPro only changes this. So this is actually supposed to say 29 years now. Okay. And about every 3 months, I like to change the pictures. And I like to put most of the instructors with a child. I think it looks more family oriented. This is a bad picture. MoPro still hasn't changed it. And I don't know what's going on with the formatting. But for the most part, we like to take pictures with the kids. We ask the parents if we can put them on here, and then we do. Liam and Alex right here, they're gone. I have a few new instructors, but I don't have headshots yet, so I have to change that. So that's something I'm going to get on. Okay? Keep it simple. You can have a main picture up here. Notice that I can't change it, but we can click on it. Okay? All right, let's go back to PowerPoint. Monthly special page. If you celebrate a theme month, Mother's Day, back to school, Halloween, it's a good idea to have a monthly special page. Everybody should have a monthly special page because you're going to see that a lot of people go to that. I did show you up here that my monthly special page, 25 people out of 160 did go to that page. And actually my analytics have told me that most people that are return customers go to that page first. So I do have people that do go to that page quite often. Okay. And I just wrote that here so you guys can see that. Don't run specials every month. I cannot stress this enough. You look desperate when you go, I'm going to give you a free month this month. I'm going to give you 10% off this month. I'm going to give you a 2-for-1. Don't do it. Okay. We don't need to run specials every month. In fact, I have got signups all the time when people will say, are you running a special? No, I'm sorry. I don't know when the next special is going to be. But if you'd like to schedule an evaluation lesson, I can have you come in and do a special. And then they go, okay, let's schedule that. So it's not that they only will sign up when you have a special. Don't devalue yourself that way, okay? The monthly special page keeps certain people coming back to check. I would run 6 specials or less a year, I'm sorry. So New Year's special is great. Back to school special is great. Everybody does holiday specials for the most part. So I do them too. Every year for November and December, that's where I make the most money. So I really push the holiday specials during that time. So if that's your biggest time of the year, then obviously make that part of your monthly special page. Okay. And then if you want, maybe 1 or 2 more, but that's it, guys. Okay. If you go to my monthly special page, you're going to notice that it says holiday specials on it. Okay. So I am trying to gear everybody up for that monthly special. Okay. And what I'm having a lot of people do is they're coming in this month. I'm getting them enrolled on 1 month, and I'm kind of making them basically salivate to sign up for the holiday specials in November and December. So I'm like, sign up for a month now. In November, you can grab one of the specials. And they're like, okay. Okay. So this is a good way to get people onto those specials and not lose them right now. Okay. So that's how I use my holiday specials. All right. And the last slide. Next week, I am going to be talking about analytics. Now, optimizing your website by using analytics is very important. Master George always talks about the front end and the back end of a website. What I showed you today was the front end of the website, what people see. The back end of the website is what you guys, the analytics, what you all should really be concerned about, because analytics is what tells you what's driving people to your website. Now, I am not a computer expert. Up to about maybe 2 years ago, turning on my computer was all I could do. The reason why I reached out to MoPro is because their platform, I call it the iPhone platform, okay? Has nothing to do with Apple, but it's super simple to use. It gives you a couple of basic things to look at, and then what it does is it helps you adjust your website accordingly. So it is important that all studio owners / chief instructors understand the basics of analytics and how they affect your particular website traffic. Knowing your analytics for your area will boost your business. In the last 6 months, since I've been using analytics, because I was one of those people who are like, oh my God, I don't even want to do that. Okay. But since I've been doing it, I've added 50 new students by tracking my analytics. 50 people in 6 months. And my average student base has gone from 165 students to 200 students. So that's an average of 35 students that I keep. I didn't sign up 20 people and then lost 20 people. So my student base is going up. There's always attrition, guys. It happens. Whether they go to college, they want to play baseball or whatever, okay? But the idea is to get your studio averages up. Analytics is how you do this, okay? Next week, I am going to show you a simple tool to analyze your analytics and show you how to use it effectively to optimize your website. So this is not to be missed. And like I said, it's going to be super simple. Okay, that's it for the presentation. It took about 25 minutes or so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the website, the Safari website, and I am going to open up questions now. So I'm going to open up my chat window. And if anybody has a question, say I have a question, and then I'm going to unmute your mic. So you're going to have to click on the invite that says you accept the unmute of the mic. All right, go ahead. Anybody who has questions? Hi, Louise. I do have a question. Okay, so let's see here. I just sent you the request.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, first, thanks so much for the presentation. This is invaluable information, of course. I wanted to get your take on, I have met a few instructors that kind of like look at these things and they go, oh, sounds great, but I don't have the time to spend on working on a website, or I really don't think that this is something I should do. Maybe I should hire someone else. Would you suggest hire somebody to do your site or do it yourself or a combination of both? What's your take on that?
Okay, so everybody, you have to hire somebody to host your website. Okay, so the host, if anybody doesn't know what that means, is a professional company like this MoPro place. Okay, use whoever you want. I have used different sites before. Okay, different hosting sites. But when it comes to changing your website, I cannot stress enough that you, as a studio instructor, need to change your own website. Now, if you're telling me that you don't have time to do this, everybody, I have 200 students in Belmont. I have 107 students in Danville. And yes, I go back and forth with my team to both schools. Okay. I do everything myself. So unless you have 500 students and you guys can't just, you're working 90 hours a week and you guys can't find 5 minutes in your month to do your own websites, then you can't tell me that you don't have enough time to do your own websites. These changes literally take me 5 to 10 minutes a month. 5 to 10 minutes. That is it. You know your website. Your students don't know your websites or what people want for your website. The people that are hosting your website don't know what you need. They don't know your areas. They don't know what kind of traffic that you get to your areas. So you guys have to be in charge of your own websites. Okay. This literally takes minutes. Now, if you're using a website that is way too hard for you, okay, you don't understand it. I've used those types. All of a sudden you click on the analytics page and there's like, you're looking at 1,000 different numbers, you start to hyperventilate. I get it. Okay. That's not a website host for you. Whoever you pick, you have to pick something easy, okay, to navigate. And once you learn how to navigate, then what's really cool and what I'm going to show you next week is once you understand the core basics of analytics, then you'll see, did my Facebook post work? Did my Google post work? What works? What doesn't? And then it's simple. But you all have to be able to do your own websites. If you're not doing your own websites, then your school is not going to be running at its optimum potential. It's just not. Did that help, Louise? Louise, I lost you.
Hi, sorry, I was trying to unmute it. Yeah, no, definitely thank you so much for all that. That really answered the question. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right, so I'm seeing Vlad's got, is that Vlad? Vlad's got a question. All right, Vlad, I unmuted you. Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good morning.
All right. So my question. Good morning. My question was about the monthly specials and about delaying, like having. I wasn't sure about the logistics of signing up for a month and then you get the monthly special later.
Okay, so here's what I'm trying to do. I told you during my presentation that I like to play around with things. So when I enroll people, and I don't know what anybody else's, how they enroll people, I have 3 programs during the year. You can sign up for 1 month, which nobody does. You can sign up for 3 months, or you can sign up for 12 months. Everything is month to month. I do not do upfront specials. I just don't do them, okay? Because I want the monthly income. That's what helps me grow my school. Now, during the holidays, in November and December, I run a 6-month special, a 12-month special, and a 24-month special where people can sign up front for a discount. So for those 2 months out of the year, it's like one time a year, you get to do this. So all of a sudden, everybody that's on these month-to-month specials, they want to do these. So the new people that come in the door, And a few of my students, not all, because there are many, many people that just do months a month. What ends up happening is I transfer them over to these long-term specials. Okay. So it kind of builds I make double to triple my monthly income during the months of November and December. So you guys can already figure out that if I have 200 students paying me $205 a month, you can kind of guess what my monthly income is. Okay. Without testing or whatever. It's pretty basic math. So some of these people, when I'm doing my monthly specials, this is the time of the year where they can transfer over. So when people come into the dojo during this time of the year, I look at them and say, okay, well, I'm running a 6-month special. So you can grab one of these now. So my holiday specials that I'm showing right now, when they come in the door during the month of October, I don't run a special for October. So this is a great time of the year where I say, you can do 1 month for $235 if you're not interested in doing anything longer term. And then during the holidays, if your son or daughter really likes this, you can now grab a 6-month special. And they're like, oh, that sounds great. So for the people that don't want to do a long-term special, because let's face it, if you have a 3-year-old, you're probably going to do either months a month or a 3-month upfront. That's pretty normal, okay? But I did have 3 people this month that did not come in from the website. This was a Save the Music event that I did that came in and said, Linda, I really like this holiday special. Can I sign my son up for 1 month? And then can you set me up for the 6-month special at the end of the month? And I'm like, absolutely. So I charge them $235, say on the 1st of October. And then the credit card is already set to go on November 1st for 6 months because they've already had it in their head that they want this. But I won't give it to them when they walk in the door. It kind of makes them want more. Now, I also do this because I am trying to train, I guess is the proper term, my ongoing students, all these people that are already with me, that this is the time of the year where they're like, Sensei Linda, when can I get the special? Sensei Linda, when can I get the special? So if you're doing $205 a month with me because you have the reoccurring 3-month, or you're doing $195 with me because you're doing the 12-month or whatever, and somebody walks in the door and goes, Sensei Linda, I really want to do the year up front. Great. It starts in November. Let me go in there. Okay. And on November 10th, when your program is supposed to renew or when your next payment is, I will upgrade you to the 12-month up front. And then they're super excited. Okay. So this is to build excitement. Okay. If you don't have them wanting to go to these specials, then it's not exciting anymore. So for instance, I have a 12-month program. It's $195 a month. I'm assuming most of you guys do this, right? So for 12 months, it's $195 per month times 12 is $23.40. You get 10% off during the holidays for 12 months. I've got like 10 people wanting to do that. So they're already set up and ready to go. So it's pretty cool. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I guess my follow-up question is, how is that reflected on your website? Because I'm seeing here on your screen you have the holiday specials up, but it looks kind of empty. How does that change when you actually have a holiday special? Okay,
so then what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go into this. See how I just clicked on this part? And I'm going to change this. So it's when November 1st hits, I'm going to put some kind of blurb out that says, besides, we have a number of holiday specials available for the holidays that are not offered during the rest of the year. Now is a great time to contact us and find out what those specials are. And then see what I'm saying? Then that's going to go, oh, well, what are the specials? And then when somebody comes in the door or when somebody calls me, I'm going to say, well, normally, for instance, I don't have a 6-month prepay. So if you want to do 6 months, you couldn't. So if you want to do 3 months at $205 per month, you could do that. Or if you want to do 6 months up front, it's $205 times 6. And now you get to save 10% off. Oh, well, I kind of like that. So $205 with 10% off is, if they pay it up front, because they are paying it all up front, it breaks down to $185 a month. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
that's it. It's just, that's how I work it through my website. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just spur interest right now. So with this holiday special thing, what I noticed is last year when I did this, as soon as I put out what the holiday specials kind of were, then all of a sudden my monthly specials page got like 200 hits because nobody knows what they are right now. So I'm just trying to wait and see what's going to happen. Now, there's another reason why I do this. Before I get to you, Luis, I don't know about anybody else, but in my area, soccer is huge. So if that's huge for somebody else, I don't get a lot of signups during October because of soccer. In the middle of November, soccer ends. So I know that I don't get a lot of signups, so I'm not losing a lot of people by doing this little teaser. Okay. In November, when I say come on in for those holiday specials, everybody's going to be that just ended soccer and it's raining now. They're all going to want to come in and do karate. So that's another reason why I do it is because I'm setting up for that busy part of the year. Okay, so back to Luis. Go ahead, Luis.
Yes, so my question is, I was kind of following up on what Vlad said about the page itself. So I see just the text and the logo in the background. Do
Uh-huh.
you have other, maybe you do or not, but have you tried different approaches, like, big images and big bold letters kind of stuff for the special? Do you give a lot of detail on a special at all, or do you ask people to just come in and ask me for that?
No, sometimes I do give details on the special, but you're never going to see me when I do a special like write that a 6 month program is whatever $1,100 because most people are going to go $1,100 and they're going to click off. So if I'm doing a special where it is, say for instance, New Year's special, because we always do a New Year's special, I might say our current month to month rate is 205. You're going to get your first month so next year is going to be my 24-year anniversary. You're going to get your first month for $24 because every year on my anniversary, I give the first month for that. Okay. But that might be the only time you see me put numbers on there. It is not a good idea to put any numbers on your website because people are just going to look at the number and they're going to click off. I mean, sometimes people walk in our dojo and go, oh, okay, that's too expensive, and they walk out because they don't let you explain anything. So your goal is to say, we have a Halloween special. We have a back to school special. Contact us for more information. And then you're going to get emails that are going to say, well, I saw that you have a Halloween special. How much is it? Or I saw you have a Halloween special. Can you give me more information? You want them to contact you. So stay away from numbers. Okay, I see Andrew has a question. So let me find Andrew. Andrew, you're on. Go ahead.
Hi, Beth Linda. I was wondering about how you rolled in social media.
Okay,
How does that come?
social media is a whole new, I could go on for that for weeks. Social media is a whole different animal. And social media does tie into the analytics part of this. So I will be talking more about how social media affects your web pages next week, but I will only be touching on it down the road because we have a lot of website presentations that USSD is putting together. I will talk to you guys in the future more about how that impacts your websites because let me tell you, it impacts it big time. Okay, so that's a whole nother thing. So I'm going to leave that up to the professor and to Master George and to Master Turner and them to tell us when's going to be a good time to do that. Okay, because I could go on forever, literally.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, anybody else? Oh, and Master George says that Andrew and Bob Diamant will be presenting on that also in the coming week. So we will have people commenting on that. Okay, any more questions, guys? Okay, was it easy for everybody to understand? Anything else that needs clarification? Okay, good. All right. Well, I hope you guys Oh, Jeff's got a question. Hold on. I knew it. Hold on, Jeff. Go ahead.
Just real quick. So for people who are just getting started with this, kind of I don't want people's expectations to be super high that they put a new website out and they're instantly just going to get a ton of new students flooding in their doors, but that they have to put time into it and test things out, just like you've been talking about. You've been testing things out over 6 months' time and had a great program already. So making sure that people understand there's going to be a learning curve to it and a progression rate of building up to getting those students coming in the door.
Okay, that's actually a great point. Thank you for that. All right, so here's the thing. Your website is not a cure-all. It is not. And I know everybody has said this, but it can't be stressed enough. There are no magic pills. None. The magic pill is getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning, doing your websites, going and doing your analytics, going to your dojo, keeping it clean, doing your social media accounts, and doing everything you can, and doing your events and getting yourself out there to be seen so that you can sign people up. I have had this particular website for probably 2+ years. Okay. So when I first started this website, I wasn't getting any hits. So I went on and I talked to one of the people from MoPro and go, look, I don't have any hits on this website. And they're going, well, you didn't do this kind of stuff. And this is the kind of stuff I'm going to be touching on next week. So don't get too excited. The analytics page, it's going to tell me what people are looking for. And of course, it's not loading right now. What people are looking for. You're going to go to settings and you have things called SEOs. Okay. And the SEOs are going to tell you how many keywords that you need. Okay. You're going to have social accounts, and notice that I am connected to everything. If your website does not connect to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google, Tumblr, Instagram, you're not going to get hits because people aren't going to be able to find you. Okay. So that's a little teaser for next week's lesson. And you know, Jeff is right. You have to do this yourself. These places like MoPro do not do this for you. Okay. Because if they did, you would have to give them your Facebook username and password. You would have to give them their LinkedIn username and password. You have to connect to these sites. And you know what it takes to connect to those sites? A click of the button. Because if you have Facebook open and you click on connect, it's going to say, do I connect to Jeff Cash's Facebook? And you say yes, and it's connected, and you're done. Okay. So once you guys have these websites, or you have a website and you guys are ready to go, call me. I will be happy to sit down with you through a GoToMeeting platform, or sit down with you at the next instructors meeting. Bring your computer and I will sit with you and I will go through this step by step and help you set it up. Does that sound good for everybody? I want you guys to succeed. So the more I can help out, the more I'd be willing to do that. Okay, so also understand this. I understand MoPro. So if you have a website that's not MoPro and you have what they call a digital command center, or you have a mobile view, or you have an analytics page, figure out how to access that before you sit down with me. Otherwise, I will not be able to help you set up your webpage. Okay? So let me put that out there too. All right. So somebody else, Luis has a question. So back to Luis. We're going over time, but I don't have anything to do at the moment, so we should be okay. Go ahead, Luis.
Hi, sorry for so many questions. I was interested on this. I saw there's two schools of thoughts on the website. Sometimes it is just a digital brochure on this is the information I have for my place, and there's some places where there's another school of thought that says, well, add more articles to it, add things that I can actually look at so I can always come back and see more information, maybe articles on self-defense or those karate tips. Do you recommend having like articles scrolling down, or is this something that you say, now stay away from that, just stay with the digital brochure?
Okay, so you're talking about blogging? Is that kind of like your questions around blogging?
Yeah, in some sites that I've seen, including my site, we have articles going down on the homepage. So certain articles you can see up to 10 articles. And then in some sites I've seen a separate page that is just their blog page.
Okay, so here's what I would do with this. I don't know if anybody knows anything about blogging. When I don't know something, I go on YouTube or whatever and I research it because I don't want to like just make stuff up, and I want to make sure that I'm kind of understand the basis to it. So what I understand about blogs is you can't just write a paragraph and stick it in your blog page and have that be successful for your web page. They have things called ghostwriters that people can write blogs for your studios or for dance studios or for computer companies or whatever. And what these people do is they know the ins and outs of the SEOs, the search engine optimization keywords. And when you have a karate school, okay, the keywords is what people like Google and Facebook and all those guys, that's what they key in on. That's why they call them keywords. So if somebody's writing a blog and says, starts talking about martial arts and how it helps you physical fitness, and they put these keywords in, then if somebody goes, if I copy and paste that blog and stick it, say, on my blog page, with then yes, people can link to the articles, but what's more important is that these blogs are out there. So what ends up happening is if somebody puts in physical fitness in Belmont, well then if that my blog contains physical fitness because that's the keyword, then it's going to shoot people to my website. Okay, so it is very important that you do these type of blogs with the keywords. And it is my understanding, because I've seen Master George put this out, we are going to be having people do these kind of blogs so that we can copy and paste them to our websites, so our websites get more hits. So yes, that is a very, very important tool. Okay, now Master George in the chat reminded me that in November, I am actually going to be coming down for the first Friday workout. So I will have my computer and I can sit down with people then, or we can all sit together. And you guys can stay until I have to go on my, fly home. We can all sit around and do this if it helps people. So that is something else. All right. Anything else, guys? Okay. I think that's it. It's 10:20. So if anybody has a website and maybe they're not going to go to the new meeting, especially if you have MoPro, because I do know the ins and outs of this particular one. We can also set up another go-to meeting just between two people. Okay, I can send you a link, and then what we could do is you can actually give me access to your computer, and I can show you through this how to do this. So I'd be more than happy to do that for you guys. And then I will be coming down in November to help you guys out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know if you guys need any help. Let me give you guys my email too. I'm going to type it in. I just typed it in the chat so you guys can copy and paste that and keep it. So you can always send me emails if you have any further questions or would like to set up one of these go-to meetings, and I'll be happy to help. Okay. Master George, would you like to say anything? Or I see professors on here. Would anybody else like to say something before we end? Okay. Everybody have a great day.